creation is Matisse, in the sense that I have worked on the painting of Matisse, La Danse. I have worked and I have reproduced it as a jewel in silver, and it how do you say it entangles the stone. So I like to do this complicated works.
Thank you, Marina. Thank you so much. Okay, so it's 4 o'clock in London right now, and thank you all for being here. It's great to see that we have so many people here from all parts of the world. So I'm just going to give you a small. I'd like to request everybody to keep themselves on mute. So and when it's their turn, they can speak. Someone's off mute. Yeah, just get everyone on mute. Perfect. So just getting the attendees on the panel. Perfect. So we represent Fashionablyin. We're based in London and all parts of the world. We do trade shows. We've been doing shows for many years where we connect companies. We started off with fashion, but we do home, we do textile, we do all bunch, we do jewelry, we do all different kinds of categories, you know, and we specialize in different categories. Like, for example, next we do one in fabrics, one on kids wear, one on jewelry, you know, where we bring the whole industry together, the B2B industry together. So we've been doing events for many years. Sadly, our last event was last February, you know, and hopefully now, you know, crossing our fingers, we'll be back to doing our events in September back in London. So we do them in central London. But till the events are not happening, the physical events, we're doing these virtual events, which have been really interesting. And believe it or not, you're going to meet a lot of cool people today. And I can just see from all the different boxes over here, I see people from all over the world. So that's what we do best. We connect people for business, you know. So this webinar that you're at right now, you're in a room with jewelry manufacturers, producers, stores, everyone in the industry from all parts of the world. You know, everyone needs to buy stuff, everyone needs to supply stuff. So there's always synergies and ways of how y'all can work together. And that's the idea of our webinars. So don't be shy, you know, raise your hand, speak, join in the discussions. It's very informal and it's very casual, okay? So today our two keynote speakers are Orianne Collins, the wife of Phil Collins, who's going to join us in a minute. So it would be great to see her point of view because of her jewelry line. And we also have Courtney Schaefer, right? Did I say your name right? Schaefer, yeah. So, you know, they're going to be their keynote speakers, but then again, everyone else is welcome to speak. You know, don't be shy, like I mentioned, and tell us of things that you do. If you're looking for something, just write it on the chat box, put your contact details on the chat box. It's all very informal. Okay. So Teresa, I'm going to start with you, you know, to start till we get Orianne in.
Okay. We're based out of Minneapolis. We do a lot with vintage resins and just a whole bunch of multimedia. So the one that I'm wearing has some floral garland, resin beads, bone beads, a lot of hand dyeing, a lot of glass beads, things that we do in our own studio. I guess I'm looking for how you guys are navigating. Do you guys do primarily wholesale, or are you more selling on your own? And if you do wholesale, have you had any issues with your retail clients getting upset if you do your own selling?
Okay, great. So we're just going to get back to you in a minute. Orianne, I see you're here. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Great to see you.
Nice to see you too.
So first,
Sorry, I'm in a car. So.
No,
broke my shoulder.
oh God, how did that happen?
Well, I was trying to pick up a dress and I fell down and I broke my shoulder. It was terrible. Anyway, that's life.
But you're looking lovely.
Thank you.
So Ariane, we're all a big fan of your husband, you know. So you know, that's one thing. But why don't you tell us more about how did you get into the jewelry line, the jewelry business, and how's it been being a celebrity in the jewelry world and marketing your products?
So I started to design with Van Cleef & Arpels a charm bracelet for the Little Dream Foundation. And that was back in 2003. And I then designed a love bracelet for the Little Dream Foundation with Cartier. And then I was working for Bedar watch company in Switzerland to make all their jewelry lines. And then I decided in 2017 to open my own company with my own brand. And since then I have, you know, lots of collection for men, for children, for women. I have about 12 different collections. So you have all the kind of taste. So it starts from very simple line to very sophisticated for event, for things like that, you know, with lots of diamonds. I have these very beautiful chandeliers earrings that, you know, it's very light, but in the same time it catch the light and it's enhance the beauty of the person who's wearing it, you know. I constantly working on different line. A new line is coming up now with the pearl. We're using a lot of different pearl, Tahiti pearl, yellow, pink, gray, and the collection is going to come out in a week time. It's beautiful. It's like the old Chanel earring, you know, type of. So I'm always looking, you know, to go into the fashion and follow the fashion, you know. I mean, some years is the years of the emerald, so we did a lot of emerald pieces in the green, and some years is the ruby, so we will do more ruby type of collection or whatever. So I always follow the trend and offer what is the best on the market. We made a website that is very user-friendly for people to use it. And we are working on, on making it more sales online than physically. Because now, you know, with the COVID, you have to book appointment all the time. You don't have foot traffic anymore. So everything is on appointment. And what we want to do for our client, for example, we want to make them live a full experience. So when they come to us, we offer them a spa treatment. So they have a beautiful facial, and then we offer them, you know, blow dry, makeup, everything, you know, and they taste champagne while they're doing it. And then they shop the jewelry, you know, they feel good and they are in a very good place. So it's a full experience that we're offering our clients, you know, when they come to us. And I think it's very important.
Is this in your store and this is in Florida?
Yes, it's in my store in the design district. So, you know, we have the chance to have a beautiful terrace next to our store. So, you know, we have like, we serve tea, champagne, they can relax in the sunbeds. You know, it's a full experience that we're offering our clients. And I have an oil, a body oil that I created during the pandemic. It's an oil that does everything. So, because, you know, I was using some oil that hydrates you, some oil that take away cellulite, some oil that take away marks, scars, whatever. So I created an oil that does everything. I have about 30 different women who test the oil and they love it so much. You know, they lost inches, they have no more cellulite, they have no more scar, They have no more, like the dead skin, etc., etc. So it's a beautiful product that women love to use. So we use it in our treatments, massage treatments, slimming treatment that we do in the spa. So basically we have, our full experience for our clients. And I think that's what people is looking for now. They want something more personalized. For example, we have a lot of clients that wants me to design some specific pieces for them. So then I will, have an appointment with them. We talk together. I start sketching, and I made on order whatever they want. But there is a lot of people who want very special product that I design for them.
So tell us a little more about the manufacturing. Where do you get your designs manufactured?
So I do all my design myself. So I draw and I do all the design. And then, excuse me, this is my dog. And I manufacture in Italy because they are the best. And I'm working with an atelier in Italy since the beginning. And we do all our pieces together. I have also an atelier here in the States. So, for more simple pieces, I do it in the States. But when it's, like a work of gold and special precious stones, I work with Italy.
Okay, so now just getting to some of our audience, Marina, I believe you're based in Italy, right? Now I just want to make some synergies because this is the whole idea of our webinars is for people to connect and make connections. So Oriane, you're in America, you've got designs, you want to manufacture in Italy. Marina, you're based in Florence, you're a designer. Can you tell us how does the process happen? Like when you find a manufacturer, what would you want? What are you looking for? So other manufacturers and all could also understand.
Well, as I was telling you, my process is I make mainly everything by myself, what concerns the first model, and I collaborate with other artisans. So in Tuscany. So the process begins with you're asking me how to
No, I meant I think it was not understood clearly. It's more like I'm trying to make a connection of with Oriane and yourself.
Yes.
She likes to manufacture in Italy. You're based in Italy and you do the designs. So I just want to understand, like, how is the process? She would send you a sketch and then you would take it from there, or what would the process be?
The process would be that she sends me a sketch and I would work on the model, on the wax, and send a first image of the wax and then go on with the smelting and show her how the jewel would come out with my work. So this would be, and then I don't know, because it depends on how the jewel goes on, if it also has stones, or what the other how could I say, the handwork on the jewel is. And so this would be, so to work on the drawing, to do the wax and then the smelting, and show the first example. Exactly.
Back to Oriane. So just tell us something more about your price points. So what is like your retail? What is your wholesale? And where are you currently retailing right now?
I mean, we have a starting point of $125 for the kids collection. We go up to the million. It's all depending the collection, but we have a medium collection, which is in the, I would say, under $5,000, and then we have above $5,000, which is different pieces. So for the moment, we retail here in our store. I have different retailers in Florida. I have one in Las Vegas. I have one in Switzerland. So, you know, different point of sales that I have in
So
London.
are you looking,
So
are you looking to expand? Are you looking to expand with more stores globally?
yeah, I mean, that's the objective, is to be, you know, a little bit everywhere. I want to have, you know, maybe something in LA, maybe something in New York. You know, I used to be with Neiman Marcus, so Neiman Marcus is everywhere. So that's for us is a great point of sales, you know. So, but we do a lot of, you know, where we do luncheon for ladies, where we do presentation with the jewelry. We did a lot in London at Annabelle's. We did 3 different luncheon there, which is, you know, we do like a full presentation. All the jewelry is laid on the table with a lovely decoration of flowers. You know, people could wear it, could try it, because I think that's the best way to buy a piece of jewelry, is to be able to touch it, to be able to try it, you know, on, to see how you feel. And usually we sell a lot like that. I mean, this is a very good way to make sales, and it's a direct sales. You know, you don't have a retailer in between. It's direct sales from us to the client.
Okay, so just want to ask some of the audience here, does anybody have a store and would like to talk about how they could work with Oriane? Anybody here who has a store, please speak up. Sure, Zach, please go ahead.
Hi, so as I introduced myself earlier, we are a family business, and we do have a factory in Algeria with over 60 workers. Obviously, the sociology of consumption in Algeria is completely different from Europe, and that's why we have another branch in Arezzo, another factory. But we also have a boutique based in Alicante. What we do exactly here in Alicante is personalized high-end jewelry products for customers that have very special designs, for example, in their minds. But we also have our products presented in 14 different escaparates, and so we divide them separately according to the level of or socio-economical group of the client. We have silver starting from as low as 20 euros, and with diamond products, for example, we can go up to 100,000 euros as a maximum. I do have some pieces in here. I don't know if the resolution is good enough. We are working on this new design that is flexible rings. It has 5.19 carats of high clarity VVS diamonds. It weighs around 15 grams of 18 karat gold. And it's D-color. It's one of the highest quality pieces that we have. We are selling this kind of pieces at around 25,000 euros. Basically, we also collaborate with some of the brands, with some big brands that would like to present their products in our boutique. But we specialize in personalizing designs. We don't consider ourselves as retailers of bigger brands. I may also show you some of, for example, I'm working right now for a personalized piece. This one is hand-selected rainbow color. It's sapphires. It has around 9.15 carats of colored sapphires. Every stone in here is natural, and it's all high clarity. And we spent quite a long time to choose each stone and find it between our suppliers, and then we create the design that the customer is looking for.
Thank you so much. Is there anybody else who has a boutique and would like to speak up right now, please? Yeah, Isabel, go ahead, please.
Hi, everyone. I'm Isabel Alexander. I own my own jewelry business. I launched it last year. I retail mainly online and just recently opened up pop-up store in Washington, D.C. So I'm based in the Washington, D.C. area. And my jewelry is aimed at women who appreciate quality and luxury at the same time. All my collections are made in limited editions and supply. Everything is handcrafted currently in Istanbul. I work with a very small atelier over there. And it's fine jewelry. So I work only in fine gold and diamonds. I use superior quality of diamonds. Everything is decolor and with a minimum clarity of SI. Essentially, the idea behind my jewelry is to make something for women that they can take from day to a brunch to a meeting. So definitely very wearable, very versatile, and which I found to be very appealing to women today. But also at the same time, since my collections are online for a limited time, we keep our promise of uniqueness because they get to acquire something that not everybody else has. I wanted to show you a couple of pieces that I have. Again, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to convey the beauty of the earrings that I make. I very much love textures. I get inspired by nature and traditionalism. This particular pair of earrings is inspired by my heritage. I am from a small country in Europe, and I loved very much, I'm going to put just one so that you can see, the embroidery on the folk clothing in my country. And I love the recurring patterns, and I wanted to make something that is translated in the same manner in my jewelry. And all those patterns actually have deep symbolisms and, such as, prosperity, long life. And I know that most of my customers want a story behind the jewelry. And so they love to hear that, well, this, for example, represents something in particular. They love jewelry with meaning. Here is another earring from one of my latest collections called the New Vintage. And I called it like that because it's kind of a meeting of my past and bringing it into the current time where women want something, modern, wearable. I essentially, my jewelry is meant to be worn by the stay-at-home mom, but also by a CEO. So we get inspired by women who want them to love the jewelry and treasure it and be as enthusiastic about it as we are. I am very happy to be here to connect. I loved Zach Dahi's short presentation. I'm currently actually looking to expand and make a more affordable line made out of silver, more fun designs. And I would love to start a conversation with Zach when you have a couple of minutes. Somebody asked earlier, the host asked earlier about what I'm looking for in a manufacturer. I'm always looking at what's their minimum, how they work, do they use sustainable products, do they, how do they communicate? Can we communicate, especially now during the pandemic, online? Is it WhatsApp, is it Viber or whatever? Because you can't always go there. Can I trust them to select the best of the materials that I want? In my case, all my sourcing is done from my manufacturer, and we have developed a good enough relationship where I know that they will use the most luxurious of the materials. We have full transparency. I know that they source the diamonds ethically. I know they're working only with conflict-free diamonds. They're in the European part in Istanbul, so Europe has very stringent requirements about that. So these are just some things off the bat that, for me as a designer would be very important. I would like to know how, how a manufacturer is positioning or what they are expecting from me to provide.
So
I know
write that in the chat, write on the chat what you're looking for. So if anybody can respond, that would be good. And so thank you so much, Isabel, again. I'm just going to be moving back to Ariane, just a few questions. So first is, just want to understand you being a part of this whole celebrity culture and with all the socialites, how has that helped you in the business?
Well, we have lots of different actresses or models that have been wearing my jewelry. There's lots that were being on the red carpet. So, it makes a nice advertising for the brand. And obviously we have lots of influencers that wear my jewelry. So, it creates a lot of followers. People, follow the brand. We have more like a lifestyle. If you follow our social media, it's more like a lifestyle that you kind of get from the brand. And I think it helps a lot, of course, when a celebrity is wearing your piece of jewelry, it helps, to make sales, and that's a very good publicity for the brand. You growing the brand. I mean, more the brand is known, more you make sales, and obviously we have also in our collection, we have some silver, so much more affordable for women, that they could wear every day, base. But most of the time, we design for women to enhance them and to find for all the taste. I love women, and I love the fact that they could look prettier with a piece of jewelry. Something simple, something nice, something elegant. Um, we have for younger person to collection much fresh, what I call fresh, with type of little flowers, type of something light that they can wear every day, or we have the stackable. The stackable is something that people love, to stock up a different piece of jewelry. I mean, you could see me, I have the stock up of different pieces. We do the full diamond bracelet, much more important bracelet that you could wear with a watch. We do little earrings, little things like that people like, But of course, like you were asking me, celebrity helps a lot to make the brand known, and more you have features in magazines, in social media, better it is for the brand and better it is for the sales.
So I'm just going to get to some of our audience over here. Sophia Davis, are you here?
I'm here. How are you? Hi, everyone. How are you?
Good. So Sophia's based in New York, and I'm just trying to think of making synergies right now. Sophia's, she's going to tell you more about what she does, but how, Sophia, with your connections and your network with the boutiques in New York, how do we take Oriane's, how would you present it? What ideas do you have?
Well, one of the things that people can do is for people that want to get their garments or their items on celebrity
So I'm
clients.
referring specifically to Oriane as well.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, for Oriane, she has her stuff on celebrity clients and things like that. So she has that already. If she's interested in, I mean, you're in Florida? Oriane, you're in Florida?
Yes, I'm in Florida.
Okay, so she's already in the US. So basically what she can do if she wants to expand or anything like that, she can put her items in press pull showrooms. she can send lookbooks to places like Tiffany's, high-end Bergdorf Goodman, that sort of thing. And she can send it to the actual buyers and they will look at it. So it's not, I mean, if she's interested in expanding, you know, her luxury brand, she can basically just send it out. I mean, if she has a lookbook, if she has a sample, she can even make an appointment to go up there and meet with them, I'm sure after the pandemic. So that's one way if she's interested in expanding, other than where she is right now.
But you see, for example, we had meetings with Bergdorf, and they're saying that they don't take any more new jewelers, you know, because the jewelry room is full and they don't have any room for a new coming up designer. So I went there and they say that we are on the waiting list. So if one is going away, then maybe we can have a space, you know, in the room. But it's very difficult. I mean, we went to Saks Fifth Avenue, and also there, you know, they just had a new buyer. They just changed everybody there, and you know, we're on the waiting list, you know, kind of. So it's a bit frustrating because, you know, we know that we have the right products for these stores, and to not be able to be there is very frustrating.
Well, I would suggest then a press pull showroom. And the reason I say that is because at a press pull showroom, this is where celebrity stylists go to get items for their clients to wear. So if you put your garments available in a press pull showroom, all of the celebrity stylists go there and pull for music videos, Oscars, all of that stuff. I have a very good friend who recently passed away, but I don't know if you guys might be familiar with Rocky Gathercole. He was one of my very good designer friends, and he was making J-Lo's wedding gown, but she's not getting married now. But I mean, he does Cardi B. He does, you know, he's doing Tara Banks on her show. I mean, you name a celebrity, he dresses them, Beyonce. And I'm saying that because he has a press pull showroom in Hollywood. And when, like, he's done Star Wars, the movie. So what I'm saying is that this is where people go. So sometimes you think, well, if I email them on Instagram, they're going to see it and they're going to, you know, contact me. But you can Google press pull showroom, get your stuff in someplace like that. Now, they're probably not going to pay you for the stuff. They're just going to wear it and bring it back. But do you really care as long as it gets seen? Once it is seen, you won't have to worry about going to Bergdorf. They will be coming to you. Because once that celebrity has it on, everybody's going to want it. I mean, Rihanna went out in some see-through pajamas, and now everybody's making see-through pajamas, and this was just 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So what I am saying is sometimes, even though, you know, the bigger stores might say no to you, if you look at places like showrooms where people go to get the stuff that celebrities wear, that might be your better chance. And 99% of the time, it costs nothing to put your stuff in there.
Right.
Most of the time. I don't know too many places that charge.
No, I don't think they charge, but they take the pieces in consignment and they put it on different artists and you know, we did a video clip with Usher, and in the video clip, you know, he's offering a ring to his girlfriend, and it's you could see, you know, you open my box, it says Oriane Collins Jewellery, and then she's wearing the ring, and it's a very good advertising, you know. We did that a couple of years ago, and of course this ring is one of our icon ring in the company.
Excuse me, can we ask questions?
I think that's a great, you know, that's a great look. And I think instead of just stopping there, not that you did, but I'm just saying in general, you have to continue to push, even if you have to do it through Instagram or any other social media, as well as
Right.
the central showroom.
Right. No, that's a very good idea. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Sophie, for interrupting you. I would like to ask Oriane if you could give us some advice for new startups, designers like me, for example, who would like to advertise their products or advertise their new brands. I started my brand recently, 2020, and I'm still in my 20s. And unfortunately, the pandemic started, and I wasn't able to fully introduce the brand with the same strength as in normal situations. What would be your best advice for marketing your products or your brand for celebrities if you want to target high-end clients?
I mean, the best deal you have is with the research, Google. If you advertise on Google and you are like on the top of the list that comes up like a new designer, because you pay for it, and of course you go on top of the list. Everybody, when they make a research, like say, oh, I'm searching for a ring, they put the word ring and you come up, as one of the first jewelers. So that's one way to do the advertising, to arrive on top of the research. So people will research jewelry, your name will come up, and then you have your website and everything, and then your rating is very important, so you have 5-star, for example, for your brands. And this is, the way that you grow your business, because people will go and look at your rating and they say, oh, he's a 5-star jewelers, then they will go onto your account and they will buy. On Instagram, you could make campaign, you buy campaign, it's pay campaign, pay ads. So for example, you have one of your products and people can go and it's a shop online, and you could use personality if you want. It's all paid. You could ask I don't know, whoever you like to wear your piece of jewelry, so it will be like a cash you have to pay for her, maybe in between 5 and 100,000. It depends who you want to have as a celebrity, and she could wear your pieces. She could do a story in her story. She could post on her own Instagram, and that's how you create traffic. That's how you create your image. Your branding.
What's
Is
an
by
optimum
using-
budget? What's an optimum for social media advertising, for example, or for influencers?
What did you say?
What is an optimum budget, like an approximation?
What is the budget? Well, you have to for I will say like a campaign with medium celebrity, I will say you have to count in between 20 and 30,000 euro to have a proper nice campaign, and where people could click and buy online. I think this is very important, but you have to have this kind of budget in mind.
Okay, Isabel, you wanted to say something? Sorry.
Yes, I wanted to follow up with Ms. Davis because I thought she had really great tips. You were speaking earlier with Oriane about going to a showroom. Can you recommend showrooms? Reputed showrooms where, as you mentioned, celebrity stylists go and shop for clothing and jewelry to us. And my second question to you is, what advice do you have for newer brands that do not have celebrity friends that they can leverage to promote their brand? What other creative ways can they use to get their brand visibility? Thank you.
Okay. One of the things I would suggest as far as showrooms, I don't know who's in California, how close you are. Even if you're not, you can certainly mail stuff. But there's a showroom called For the Stars, and only celebrity stylists go there. It's in Hollywood. It's called For the Stars. and, you know, movie
Can you
producers.
repeat the name or post it in the chat, please, so that we
Yes,
can
I
look
will.
it up?
I'll post it in the chat. And
Okay.
it's called For the Stars. Now, you can also Google press pull showrooms. And what would happen is showrooms where people come that are going to wear things should come up. So you will get a listing. And then I know you asked me a second question is like a new brand. If you're brand new, how do you get that kind of attention, right? Some sort of attention.
Well,
One of
yes.
the-
Sorry, to clarify, in the sense, you know, I've been advised as well as an emerging brands, you know, try to get your items featured in a magazine. Well, I mean, what is a good pitch to have, or how do you reach out to them to gauge their interest to feature your jewelry, say in a photo shoot? What would be, you know, a few ways that you could suggest that we could go about it?
Well, one of the things you can do is one, have a lookbook. Two, write a story about your brand, just like a PR firm would, as if it's not you. Write about your brand, how well it is, how good it is, how it's made by hand, what stones you use, what it means to you. People love emotional attachment to something. So you said something about you live somewhere and this is something special to you. People love that. They love that story. I would send it to all of the top editors. Then I would look at the independent publications as well that are doing good. And I would send it to them. Now you've attached the story, you have your photos that they can use in the editorial. 99% of the time, people will use stories like that because it's complete already. So you don't have to, you know, they don't have to call you and this and that. They don't have to go back and forth. That would be one of the things I would suggest because no one knows your story better than you. And I would send it to all of them. Or you can go on Vogue, you can go on Vogue Italiana, you can go on all of those. Right there, it tells you who the beauty, the jewelry people are, who to send it to. Their emails are right online. So that's the only thing holding you back is just putting together that little pitch and saying to them, look, I'm so-and-so. I would love for you to, you know, feature this jewelry or whatever you have, or can you feature this garment? Now, 99% of the time, they're gonna look at it. I mean, most of them are gonna look and they're gonna probably feature it because a lot of people are doing independent brands now and smaller, you know, people that not small, but people where a lot of people may not know you.
Right.
Also, you can go on blogs. Blogs have a big reach and they're immediate. That's another thing. There's, just look around for it. There's one, I can't think of the name right now, but when it comes to me, I'll put it in the chat. And I mean, this particular lady, I think she charges like $150 for a blog and like $175 for like a feature. The feature is on the first page and all she does is celebrities. So now imagine if your item is there on that front page. And I mean, when you look at it, all she does is celebrities. That's all she does. She doesn't do anybody else. She doesn't do any regular people. When you look on her site, it's nothing but celebrities. So what I'm saying is those are ways you can get your stuff in front of people without such a large cost, because most of the time as an independent, you don't have a lot of money to spend. You're trying to spend money on just keeping your website up and making your jewelry and advertising on Facebook. So a $20,000 or $30,000 marketing budget might be out of your reach for one thing, but there's a lot you can do with a little bit of money. You can boost your posts on Instagram. You can, like I said, put on other people's sites that have big followers. Look and see who has a lot of followers. Show them your jewelry. Send them a picture. This is another thing that you can do, and you'll be surprised that people will like it and they will buy, or they will say, hey, look, this is what I did. Another thing that a lot of people don't think of, New York Fashion Week, any fashion week, wherever you are, you can offer your jewelry to the designer to have in the show. That jewelry will be announced in the booklet that they give out. Or, they have a little sheet of, a line sheet, so to speak, that they give to the public. Or even if they don't have that, your jewelry, your information will be given to the press. That's what you want. You want to get to that press, because when your information is given to the press and your jewelry is there, they're going to be like, okay, this lady did the jewelry. I love the jewelry, brought that garment right out. It really made the garment pop. And so there you have press covering you and may even call you for your own private interview, because a lot of press are doing the Zoom interviews now. So don't think because you don't have a lot of money that you can't do it. These little things are things that don't cost a lot and that you can do right from your laptop or your computer at home. So please don't think you need a lot of money.
Thank you, Sophia. Thank you. So
Thank you.
just getting back to Oriane, does anyone in the audience have any questions for Oriane? This is your time to ask. Anyone in our audience from anywhere in the world?
I'm here.
Hi. So,
Yeah.
so where, Victoria, right?
Yes. Hi.
Hi. So where are you? Are you back in? Are you in Africa now? Where are you based?
No, I'm still in India. I'm still in India for a while, because currently it's not safe to move up and down. But I'm still having connections in Africa, like strong connections. So I just want to reiterate what she has just said about fashion weeks, because we work with fashion week. And we currently have about 3 fashion weeks that are coming up. We do have in Rome, we do have in Paris, and we do have in Benin. So if anybody here would want to take their events, their products to any of the fashion weeks that we're going to be having, they can get in touch with me and then we can talk afterwards. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Does anyone else have any questions for Oriane? Kristen Hansen.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Sure, nice to meet you all. Do you ever use natural color diamonds in your work? Or does anyone here use fancy color diamonds? You know, particularly Argyle pink diamonds from the Argyle mine in Australia. Is anyone familiar with that?
Yeah, I mean, we use fancy diamond in few collection, you know, more like in wedding rings and stuff like that. We have fancy yellow diamond, for example, which is, you know, the one that people are looking for. We use natural diamond, and most of the time we use VVS one. That's, you know, the diamond that we use all the time. And client, you know, they want to have their certificate of authenticity, you know, with it, and the GIA too. So, you know, I mean, it's the diamond business is very important, and I'm working with a diamond dealer in London. They have only fancy diamonds, all kind of colors. It's unbelievable. You know, you have everything you want, and it's beautiful.
So my office is in New York City, in the Diamond District, and my office specifically is one of the 15 direct to mine of specifically Argyle pink diamonds. So these diamonds, are you familiar with that? They're completely, yeah. The mine recently closed in the last couple months, which means that obviously these prices are not like yellow diamonds, but up to 20 times the price of white diamonds. And VS quality does not take into consideration, it's all about the color. So even if it's a lower clarity, the value is all in the color of these diamonds. They're very, very unique. I encourage everyone to take a look at them. And my office in New York specifically specializes in these very rare exotic diamonds.
So leave your,
many people are, I'm sorry?
Leave your contact information. So if anybody on the chat, so if anybody's interested, they can contact you.
Where would I put that?
On the chat box.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and I you know, that's something that I just feel like most customers that are general public are not going to know about these very special stones. So as designers like yourselves or store owners, you're gonna have to bring it up to them and show them the option, because they're very rare and you're not gonna see them in most stores. So it's just a wonderful option to offer your clients something very unique and special.
Okay.
I'll put the information here.
So I'm just getting to some of our other audience members of your Dujoc Design. Did I say that again? Did I say it right?
Duke, but that's fine.
Okay,
The design is also fine.
okay, so great. So you're based where? In the Netherlands, right?
I'm based in the Netherlands. I have a small workshop where I work on my own. Make a lot of different types of jewelry, a lot of different techniques. I have some stuff here. This is inspired by a flower, which is the first one to bloom in spring here. This one is inspired by a woman.
Wow.
I work with gemstones. This is labradorite, I think in English. Also work with wood. Titanium. We were talking about colors. I love the colors you can achieve with titanium.
So are this jewelry all, is it all manufactured by you, or do you outsource to
It's all manufactured by me.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. Incredible. Great. So just moving to some of our other audience. So leave your contact details as well.
Yes.
So back to Teresa, Courtney Schaffer. Hi again. So back to you now. So just give us more information about what you do, because you're also one of our keynote speakers. What do you hope to collaborate with, and do you see any synergies with some of the other members who spoke right now?
Well, Dioki, I don't know. Hi. Do you ever sell any of the beads that you make, or those two other artists?
I could. Just haven't done that a lot, but of course I can sell to other businesses.
Yeah, we do a lot of multimedia pieces. We use a lot of linen cording. We try to use vintage resins when we can, as much as possible, so we're not putting new plastics out there. And the company has been around since 1983. It was started by my aunt, who was Teresa, and I worked with her for 7 years before she passed, and then I bought the company. So we just have a lot of different silhouettes, a lot of costume type pieces.
So are you selling only in America, or are you selling globally as well?
Currently, we are only in America. We do sell a little bit in Canada, but I am looking to kind of increase sales, because before my aunt passed, they were kind of going into retirement mode, and so the company was growing smaller. I'm looking to revitalize it and bring it into different markets again.
So what are your price points? Like, what is the wholesale? What is the retail?
Our wholesale ranges from $20 to $120 for wholesale prices, and then it's usually a 3-point up from that for wholesale or for retail.
So I want to get people's feedback on this, because the jewelry business in general has a much higher margin compared to most of the other businesses, like compared to clothes, or compared to food, or any of the other things, or even furniture or anything. Is it more like, do you feel like it's like ×3? Like if wholesale was 100, they would retail at 300, or sometimes even 500. What is your take on that? And maybe some of the other people can give their feedback as well.
I go with 300, just that I'm not competing with my retailers, which usually do a 2.2.
Okay, so you go higher than your other retailers. What, Oriane?
Absolutely.
What about you? How's your wholesale and retail?
We're 2.5 usually.
2.5. Anyone else want to give their thoughts on? Yeah, I see Anishri Designs. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
So where are you based? Where are you based?
In the Diamond District, 36 West 47th Street.
Okay, lovely, lovely.
Yes, on the mezzanine floor. What I want to say in terms of the price point, we do 2.5 to 3, and mostly 3 because our pieces are fully custom pieces. We have about 10 lines that are fully designed by my husband, who is a master jeweler, which means he designs from design concept to finished product. High polish and everything from a drawing. He can do a drawing. He can do a rendering, computer rendering of the design, all the way to the finished product. Okay. So
No, go ahead. You finish your thing and then I'll.
So this is one of the reasons why we stay close to the ×3 because of the value of the product itself. He's an artist, sculptor, and painter. Has been featured in Smithsonian. So
wow.
which brings his value up a little bit because of the fact that he's not just a jeweler. He is a designer, and he's been featured in all over the world with his paintings. So he has quite a bit of value to his work, aside from just being a jeweler. He does create all his own pieces. He's been in business for almost 30 years.
So leave the contact details on the chat box and some stuff. Another question that I want to ask you and Oriane as well, because Oriane, you mentioned about consignment and with these boutiques. I mean, I personally, when I look at the consignment model, I see people. I mean, stores that do not buy your product, they don't respect your product. You know. I mean, if someone's not buying a product, they're not gonna obviously push sales on it or anything. So what is your take on consignment, or in some other countries they call it sale or return, or whatever doesn't sell you take back? What is your take on that, Oriane?
Well, it's complicated because when you send some pieces, for example, I know that for a fact that when you do like catwalk or the Oscars or stuff like that, and you're putting jewelry on people, you have to be very careful because people steal from you. I mean, it's very bad. You have some people that steal your pieces. You have the pieces that come back completely broken. You have to redo it all. It's complicated because the consignment, you give a pieces, but you give also insurance you ask the person to have their own insurance on your product, because otherwise, it comes back and it's completely destroyed. I mean, it happened to us so many times where we sent pieces for shooting, for example, like for magazine and stuff like that. The pieces come back and they all smashed, broken, or miss some stones or stuff like that. It's complicated. But if you have like a right contract with a retailer, and then you put some pieces in consignment, then they will sell whatever they have, and then they will return the goods to you.
Sophia, you had a question?
Yeah, I just wanted to chime in with what she was saying about pieces coming back, destroyed or messed up. That is something that does happen. I mean, I have designer clients that, have lent their stuff out and has come back, not correct. So one of the things I would suggest to anyone that's lending their stuff out, regardless of whom you're lending it to, I would always write my own contract, meaning your own pull letter, your own consignment agreement. Even though they have one, read it properly. Don't be so, in a hurry so much to get it somewhere that you don't read what it's saying, or write one up that works for your company. So that would be, and because I agree with her, with Oriane, what she's saying about things can come back messed up. I had 2 clients that had that problem.
I think we have another question from Palace. Yeah, you want to say something?
Yeah, so you know, going back to some of the things that I did with using the raw stones, one of the questions that I had was regarding the process of converting raw stones into polished stones, because, you know, I know that all of the crystals, some of them you can find them where the raw stone isn't there, but there are other times where, you know, you have to go through that process of polishing. And so I wanted to know more about that. And also I was interested in collaborating with anyone who would be interested in, you know, receiving manufactured raw stone pendants as well. And so I just wanted to, you know, give like an example of some of the stone collections that I have. So like I have all of these, you know, various stones that I found, and each of them, like this right here, this is actually like, a lot of them are like raw chromite. So it's in like the Maryland area, and they have like raw chromite, they have like pink quartzite chips inside of them, like stuff like this. You know, I haven't gotten to the level of actually polishing, because again, I really believe in using the raw stones, you know, in order to you know, like receive, you know, most of the spiritual and metaphysical benefits. But like, you know, I look at this sometimes and I say, like, you know, and I was really considering doing it myself. Like if I was to polish this would be such a pretty stone, you know, because it has these chromite feldspar chips in them, you know, like, and this is like, for example, one of the ones that I did get polished. So this is, you know, like I have a lot of different stones and stuff. And, you know, I was just interested in that process in general. Like, and also if it is like, does anyone think that it would be like in the future where that would be something that would become popular, like actually instead of it being polished, having the raw stones, you know, like actually manufacturing pendants made from raw stones instead of polishing them?
Would anybody like to give that feedback? Oriane?
You know, you know, most of the time I design from a stone, you know. I get my idea of my travels and everything, but I take, you know, the architecture that is around. For example, I have one of my collection that I did, which is based on a palace door in Morocco. The collection is called the O.C. Tales collection, and it has this beautiful architecture that I redesign in jewelry. And you know, sometimes, you know, I buy some pieces of stones, and from the stones I design you know, masterpieces, which is like big necklaces with, you know, pieces that comes apart. So the stones is very important, you know, but what you do is it, you know, if you do raw stone, it's a total different business, I would say. I mean, this is not, I mean, I'm not touching raw stones to do my creation. It's too complicated because it's very unique and original, and you have to have the right clientele for that.
Okay, thank you.
I think whatever you choose, you can find a market for it, but you're going to put more work into finding that market. But you can make your own niche if you choose to go with the uncut, unpolished stone.
Right. Yeah, because I've seen like a lot of people. I'm sorry.
I mean,
I was saying that I see a lot of people are, you know, they do the polish, and that's what led me to kind of begin the stones with the raw stones. But I just wanted to know, because it I haven't really been too much into like the actual process, and I didn't know, because it's been a lot of stones, it's been a lot of crystals that I've found. Like I've found little niches in areas where the crystals are coming, you know, like directly out of the ground, like where, you know, like the raw stone is just already went through that process of metamorphosis, and the crystal is there. But then like I have stones where like the crystal's like coming off of the stone, things like that. But I just like, again, for me, one of the things that I tap into is like, you know, in ancient times, a lot of these raw stone materials were used. So that's kind of like my inspiration behind it. Like, for example, a lot of people know about Cleopatra. She was, you know, really, really, really high in the fashion industry, high in different things like this. And one of the stones that she used was chrysocolla. And, you know, again, before gold became big, before silver became big, all of these materials were used by the natives and by the ancient times. And it was more than just design. Like, if they used it not just only for the design, but it was also for the properties. Like chrysocolla, one of the reasons why they laced, you know, the pyramids with these jewels and chrysocolla, one thing where they believed that they were into the afterlife. Chrysocolla is something that metaphysical properties actually direct you. It links you directly to that spiritual energy. So it's really, really strong. And I, you know, when I've wore it, it like I don't know if anyone knows about like self-actualization and like going to those levels where you begin to you know, kind of connect with your higher self. Some of these stones, when wearing them, you will actually start to see, I don't know if anyone believes in past lives, but you'll start to see these things. You'll start to have dreams. You'll start to really, really connect with things like that. So that's what really, that's where I began with the jewelry. For me, it started off with just a collection of stones, and I really wanted to know more about them once I found out the properties, because I was like, okay, there's a reason why ancient times they use gold. Gold is something that enhances the property. So this is the reason why they use gold when they connected the gold with the stones. It actually enhanced the properties of the stones. So that's the reason why they use gold. And so, you know, I got interested in it, but then I thought to myself, like, how can I create a product that not only will make someone look gorgeous and enhance the wardrobe that they're wearing, but also it can enhance the individual mentally, physically, and emotionally. And so this is what I discovered with it. So, you know, I just wanted to know, you know, everyone's opinion about, you know, that raw stone and like, do they have an industry? Because I haven't found any yet, but, you know, I'm more than what, you know, I'm a bold person. So, you know, I'm not afraid to bring something new into it, because I feel like if this is the time now, especially with everything going on, this is the time for new beginnings, for things that, you know, connect not only just the good look, but also the healing properties, because we need that information from the past so that we can move forward. So,
yeah. So does anyone have any thoughts about healing stones?
Yeah, I mean, we use the healing stones in our collection. One of our ring is pink quartz, and pink quartz has some. It calms you down. It gives you freedom and everything. So I did a lot of research on what is the what the precious stones could bring to the body, and I created from there, from my collections, I created some cosmetic based on the benefits of precious stones. So you have the sapphire gives you some benefits. You know, I use all the stones with different powder, and I incorporated it in cosmetics. So you have cosmetics for 25 years old, for 35 years old, for 45 years old. We're gonna commercialize it in 3 months, so you could find on the market product that is made from precious stones.
Okay, thank you so much. So does anybody, we're coming towards the end of our webinar now. I mean, we've already passed the time, but it was really interesting. So we're going to keep going for a few more minutes. So does anyone else have any questions for Oriane or Courtney, right? So anyone else for Courtney? Yeah, I see Kia Jules, please go ahead.
Hi everyone, it's Jayashree from Kia Jewels, as he introduced me. Now I have a question for Oriane. what I heard is everything about natural diamonds. Do you also deal in lab-grown diamond jewelry? Does
Yes.
anyone is interested in lab-grown diamond jewelry?
Yeah, I mean, we have lots of demands of different people, like I was saying, personalization now is very important. So people come up with like, arrive with a piece of stone, for example, and say, "Can you you could always,
I don't
create."
hear you properly. Sorry.
Excuse me?
I don't hear you properly. There was somebody else talking in between. Yeah, you can carry on, please.
No, so these kind of pieces that you're talking about, diamonds, people looking for it. So, you have lots of demand, and so then you buy the piece of stone, and then a designer like me will create something for the client, So I think it's very interesting. I mean, I'm always looking for different stone, and like I say, I study a lot of the benefit of the precious stones, and it's very important to the body. And it's nice, to wear a piece of jewelry that gives you peace, calms you down, stuff like that, or gives you benefits of if you have pain or stuff like that, it will take away your pain. And I think it's interesting to have the two, the beauty of the piece and also the benefit of it.
Okay, so for people who are interested in buying lab-grown diamonds, or even I can give you an example, like I have few pieces, how a lab-grown diamond looks after setting. So I will show a few pieces. If you can have a look at this bracelet. It's Italian made, and these are, if you can see, lab-grown diamonds. They are actually 3-pointers, but they look big. And it's in 18 karat gold with flexibility. I have given the name as a soul bracelet because, you can wear it just freely with one hand. It's 18 karat white gold stamped with certified lab-grown diamonds.
Thank you. Thank
you. So yeah.
Leave your contact.
I have given it already in the chat, but I will give you once again. And so I'm based in Antwerp, as you see, and we were into diamonds. I mean, I'm still in diamonds, but this is an option for millennials because we have done a lot of study to promote our lab-grown diamonds because we are the source. So there's no middleman in between. It's like buying from source, and it goes directly to the shop. And then you can add your 2.5, or basically in Antwerp, we are doing it by 3. Okay. So it's 2.5, between 2.5 to 3. And for B2B, it's really in very affordable prices because we would like our products to be promoted more as they are sustainable. And millennials are really into these products because they are more conscious, they are more environment conscious than us. So this is the reason it gave me an idea to create this brand line.
Thank you.
That's super nice. Congratulations.
So there are these few products. If anybody is interested in that, you can always contact me. I'll put my contact on the chat.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So we have another question from Rupali. Rupali Sarkar. Yeah, please go ahead.
Hi. It's almost 9 o'clock, 9:30 over here. Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is fine. So I'm basically from India, and I am a freelancer designer, and I teach the students. So there are a lot of students who are recently graduated and passed out who basically wants to go with the business. So I just want to know, is it the right time during this pandemic to work with the business? Like, to start something. So there are a lot of people who are experienced. I just want to get some idea to convey it to them.
Sure. Oriane, would you like to give your feedback? Anyone else would like to say?
Yes.
I mean, it's
Thank you.
it's a very tough
Yeah.
moment now with the
Yeah.
pandemic, but honestly, everything has changed. So you have to think differently. We can't be selling like we're selling before. You have to reinvent the rules, you know. You have to be more in touch with the client itself, you know. It's one to one, you know. So today, you know, if you reach someone, you have to reach directly the person, you know. It's not like before, you know, you have people coming into your store or, you know, walking into the street. You have less traffic. Everything is now on social media. So, you know, you have to focus on that. And it's like learning how the e-commerce is working. You know, you have to learn this in order to be successful in the e-commerce right now.
So are you saying that it's better to focus more on direct to customer?
Yes.
And also to digital media, you mean, right?
The base, the you have to learn how e-commerce is working. When you know
Okay,
how
all right.
e-commerce is working, then you could, you know, you could promote your brand. You could do a lot of different things, but you have to be on this kind of platform in order to succeed today.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Also, it's we've passed our deadline. I mean, for our time limit, so it's pretty much it's the last few minutes. I just thought I'm going to tell you a little more about what we do at Fashionablyin. So basically, like I mentioned earlier, we're a trade show platform. We connect people for business opportunities the same way like we did right now over here. We got people from all over the world in the jewelry business in one place, you know, and we basically help companies with growing their business, more leads, connecting them with sales agents. We have a membership program. You can get a 3 months, 6 months, 12 months membership. And in that course of that membership, we basically give you the same value of actually being at a trade show. So when you're at a trade show, you want to meet three types of people. You want to meet buyers, people who buy your product. You'd want to meet sales agents and maybe distributors or people that can represent you. And last, you want to meet press. So these are the three types of people that you want to connect with, and we connect you with them. So if anybody's interested in the jewelry business, about growing their business, finding more stores, finding more leads, like the same way how we did it here, which is a free webinar, we also do proper things for our clients where we get them one-to-one with buyers, get them new leads, and we've been doing it for many years. So if anyone's interested, please hit me up. I see we have a question from El Landalo. Did I say that right? You have to unmute.
Okay, yes, it's Indalo, Intricate.
You know, okay, so where are you based?
I'm based in South Africa.
Oh, wow, wow. So tell us more about what you do and what did you think about today's webinar?
I learned a lot. As for my brand, we do, I designed jewelry from scratch using zips. This is some of the pieces that I do. These are some of the pieces that I do. What we do is we use the zips, the metal zips, we transform them into a jewelry. We have been operating since 2019. My question was, as a new designer, like for us to be trusted by people out there, how do we go about it? Because there are so many scams and so on. So now people, they're scared to just trust anyone. So how do we go about it?
That's a great question. Oriane, would you like to answer that for
That's so fun. Well, you know, the first thing when I created my company, I was like, you know, how I'm gonna do that, because everybody else, like Van Cleef and Arpels, Cartier, all these big maison, the jewelry have a history behind. You know, they have like 100 years behind them, and you arrive on the new market, you're fresh, you brand new. How you make your brand like authentic, known, and people trust in you. You know, you have to build up. So you have to create your own story. And then from your own story you create, you know, like the base, and you make people trust in you, trust in what you do, the craftsmanship, the stones you use, the people you use, you know, because there was some story about, you know, De Grisogono. I don't know if you remember, but they were using, you know, stone from minery and using children, you know, and it was very, very bad. And they had to stop their businesses. So bad it was, you know. So you have to be very careful in what you do, what you use, and from where it comes from, you know. Even the stone, you know, you have to be very careful from where you get it from, you know. But you have to build the trust in people, and you know, more you're going to show them that it's your originality, the craftsmanship, the quality of the stone you use, everything is important. And then when you have that built in, you know, you have it very solid, then you could be in front of a Tiffany, you could be in front of a craft, or you know, and you are, people believe in you and trust in you, and want to buy your product, you know. But it takes time. You have to create your own story. I mean, me now, it's been 17 years that I have my own business, you know. And you know, we created our niche, you know, in between, you know, I would say I'm in between Van Cleef, I'm in between Bulgari, Tiffany, you know, Cartier. That this is my competitor. You know, we are on the same market, and it's very hard to navigate in this. But I will say now, after 17 years of working hard, you know, and proving that we use, you know, some great craftsmanship, you know, people trust us now, you know, and the brand is recognized, you know. But it takes time, you know. I mean, you don't become a jeweler in one day, you know. It takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. I mean, I did so many paid campaign, you know, to arrive to a point where now we know we have a 5-star in our rating, you know. But it takes a long time, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Does anyone else want to add something to this? True Love Jewelry, how are you?
I'm fine.
Where are you based?
I'm based in Israel. We're, I don't know, third generation diamond company. And we have also a jewelry company in Manchester and in Israel. Our production now is in Israel because of the corona.
So what did you think?
Company in Manchester is Master Jewelers, a friend alliance. And in Israel, we just do our designs, simpler designs with all types, with gems and natural diamonds, only natural diamonds. We are, let's say, 4 times best exporters of Israel diamond exchange. Sorry. That's it. I'm trying to navigate today as a jeweler, which is very difficult, as Rihanna said. It's very hard, although I have 80 years backing in the diamonds. It's not the same in the jewelry. I'm about, let's say, I have experience in the jewelry business about 16 years, but my own business is only 4 years, and it's very hard to get in and in front of people.
So what did you think?
Thank you very much.
What did you think about today's webinar? And any thoughts? Any you know, like you said, you're a third generation. Any feedback? Any ideas?
I think it's a great idea what you're trying to do here. First of all, people are coming from so many different areas, not only diamonds, they're showing stones and other objects of arts, which is opening the mind. And it is very nice if it is possible to collaborate in any way and to see what is possible to do. But first I need to see how it will be happening, and I want to experience that, and will like to join a few times to see what it's all about.
Okay, great. Thank you. So Oriane, I believe you have to leave, but thank you again.
I'm sorry, I have to go to the doctor. Actually, I have an appointment for my shoulder. So thank you everybody very much. It was very interesting, and you know, I hope that everybody get in contact, you know, and maybe, you know, different diamond, or you know, share ideas. We could do a lot of different things, and for what you propose, I'm very interested in about what you're offering. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody, and have a great day. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you. Thank you.
Bye. Take care.
Bye. Bye.
So does anyone else would like to say something before we close for today's session? Any other words of wisdom? Anyone want to introduce themselves?
Well, I have two questions. Sorry.
Sure.
I would like to share with you some of the one design that I have made, and I would like to know about the pricing strategy that you may suggest as jewelers to put for this kind of designs. Some of you talked about 2 times by 2 or times by 3, but in reality, some designs you could spend up to 40, 50 hours of work on them, and basically giving it a lower price will harm your self-esteem. And I would like to know what would your pricing be for a unique piece that you might consider yourself as a masterpiece?
I would say make sure that you're getting the value out of the piece for yourself first and foremost. The 3 markup, that's on top, not just of your cost, that's of you making profit for yourself. And then it's markup on top of that for the cost of selling, the time that's involved in it, and the cost involved in it.
I see. Okay, I have another question, which is about the authenticity of using lab-grown diamonds, and this question goes to Kia. I have some clients that come back to me asking, well, after I provide them with a certificate of authenticity, they come back to me and they see the word lab-grown diamonds, and they would like to give back their products because they did not understand exactly what lab-grown diamond is about. How do you think I should be operating with clients are uninformed about lab-grown diamonds, who might think that it could be a synthetic type of diamond?
So first of all, you have to be very clear with your clients that you are giving them lab-grown diamonds. That is the authenticity. So when he comes to buy, he has to be prepared what he is buying. Generally, all the clients, when they come to buy a jewelry, say for like above 500 euros, maximum it goes till, 50,000 or something, if it is a natural one. But in lab grown, you have to make them educate that, you are buying a lab grown diamond. You have to make him understand. You have to show him the source from where it is coming, because lab grown diamond is more trackable. Transparency, trackability, quality, design, everything he has to know. Unless and until the customer, if he doesn't have the information, he's not going to buy lab grown diamond. You have to make him realize what is the difference between a natural diamond and a lab grown diamond. So lab grown diamond, as you know, the seed is natural. Only the growing process is done in a lab. So the natural diamond takes millions of years to grow. This is grown in 1 month. Say like in our factory, we are growing nearly every week, say 30 stones. So monthly we are doing that, like 3,000 stores.
And what is the cost difference? Like, what would you say the cost difference is approximately from a lab grown and a real diamond? And the next thing is, how can you differentiate? Is it easy to differentiate?
It is not at all easy to differentiate. When a person sees with a naked eye, he cannot see the difference, because the hardness, the inclusions, the quality of diamond is exactly like the natural diamond. So that's why I'm saying the seed of a natural diamond is equal to the seed of lab grown. Only the growing process is done in laboratory. That's why the cost of making a lab grown diamond is 1/3 of the natural diamond. So when you see the price of a natural diamond, say for a VVSG color, if you see the wrap price, you know the Rappaport, the international price giving idea of the chart for the diamonds. Yeah, if you see that, when you're buying a lab grown diamond, the cost comes up to nearly 1/3 of the natural diamond. So like if I'm buying a 5,000 or 4,000 euro diamond, natural diamond, this will cost nearly 1,000 something.
All right, so there are two types of lab-grown diamonds.
Yes.
Chemical and high pressure, high temperature.
Yes.
Which one, what's the difference between them? Which one is higher quality? Which one is higher price? And how can I educate my clients about this?
So CVD is a better quality. Why? Because even if you have a little tint or a color, because basically lab grown diamond has a little brownish tint in it. So CVD is a type 2A diamond quality. So that's a better one than HPHT, which is the another process of a lab grown diamond. So basically the smaller diamonds, like when you see a size of 0.001, which is nearly less than 1 point. And when you see a 0.30 cents diamond, so the process of CVD comes always now. In this moment, we can grow 0.30 C for CVD. But when it goes below 0.30, then you cannot trace whether it's a CVD or HPHT. Normally it's HPHT, because in smaller stones, like in jewelry or in making a watch, HPHT process is used. But when you are asked for a CVD, it always goes 0.30 C up till 4-5 carats. I have a diamond of 3 carat, which is, L color. And if you see the price wise, which I would have never imagined as a middleman, or say as a very end customer. If I think of eating my dinner in McDonald's, and if I go to a very chic restaurant, it's up to me what I want to eat, where I can satisfy my food, my stomach. You understand? So in lab grown diamond, I think is more kind of McDonald's. You're having food in McDonald's, or you're wearing a diamond to show the glitteriness, to to use sustainable gemstone, which is more environment friendly. And of course, you're saving your money in buying that glittery thing. And you're paying 1/3 of price of diamond.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for your advice. So once again, I want to thank everyone that made it here for the webinar. I'm sorry that it's short of time, but I mean, so many interesting things happening over here. Does anybody else want to say something? Maud, would you like to say something?
No, sir, I'm good. Thank you.
And anyone else before we close for the close the session? Anyone else or any words of wisdom?
I just have a quick question. I wanted to know if you could type your information for us to reach out to you.
Of course.
So, panels.
Absolutely. Okay. So I'm gonna just write. Put our information down also. So like I mentioned, we at Fashionablyin, we work with companies in growing their business globally, find them more stores, boutiques, potential customers. You know, the same way how you do a trade show, but virtually. You know, today everything's done online, and we've been very successful in doing it, and we've been doing it for years. You know, so that's that's one thing that we branched out into jewelry recently, but we've been doing the B2B for years, and the same way how we got all of you here, same way how we could take you to stores in different parts and get you customers from more markets. You know, so before we end, I just thought anyone could just give some advice moving, because we've all had a really crazy year, and with the things, with the look of things, it looks like this year is also going to be another write-off to some extent, you know. So I mean, yes and no here and there, you know. Obviously some people's businesses have grown, but I'm just talking about the general scenario of things. So does anyone else want to say something about how their business has changed post-COVID before we end, or just some other words of wisdom? Courtney, would you like to say something, please?
For us, it's just been a real struggle. I bought the business in December of 2019, and our sales went to pretty much zero last February. So it's been a really difficult year, and trying to build that back up with the trade shows shut down. Now that some of them are opening, we're back out on the road again, but it's been interesting to say the least.
Okay, Onika, you've been listening to the whole webinar. Any thoughts for anybody? And maybe you can introduce yourself, where you're based before you start.
Yes, I'm from Lafayette, Louisiana. I'm from Louisiana. I'm an up-and-coming fashion designer. I do jewelry with natural stones. Me and my two daughters, I do clothes. Basically, I wanted to speak to Cold Palace Island about her natural stones. I want to say that she's absolutely correct about the natural stones. It helps with relaxation, also with your 7 chakras, with peace, serenity, and love. The best stones that I like to use in my collection is the I think it's the purple amethyst stone. Black tourmaline is very popular. The amber stone is for prosperity. So she's absolutely right.
Great. So Cove Palace, leave your contact details, Onika, on the chat box. You know, once again, I want to just thank everybody for being here and for all your support. Like I mentioned, be in touch. We're going to be doing these webinars regularly. I hope everyone actually got something, benefited from this webinar, and made some contacts, because that's what makes us happy when you guys get something positive from this, you know. So thank you all again for being here, and really appreciate it, and all the best, and have a safe time ahead. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
How you doing?
I'm just putting my contact details, my email. So you all have my, oh, someone, does anyone want to say something? I see someone's hand, but yeah, thank you. Thank you all. See you.